Good evening. Welcome to Michelle's Pure Pilates Monday evening mat work. Welcome back. It's really good to have you here with me here tonight on our usual Monday evening class, done in a more unusual way on live Facebook streaming. And as always, I will record the session and save it as a YouTube video. Hi. And it will be there to view on the Facebook page, and I will email it out to anybody that doesn't do Facebook. Okay, that's particularly for my regular class members, so I really want to keep engaged with Pilates, and hopefully when the lockdown is finished and it's safe to get together, then we can get back to class as normal. So it's really good to have you here with me this evening. And we're going to do 30 minutes of mat work, starting with the normal warm-up, standing up, and trying out a little bit of balance work because that connects to the core and helps to stabilize the muscles and ligaments on our joints. So balance standing work is a really good thing to practice. Okay, so we're going to do that. At the end of the session, we'll have our normal stretch, and I will be using the yoga strap. If you want to do some deeper stretching using the strap, bring along your dressing gown, belt, or anything else that might be suitable, and you can join me, but all the stretches can be done without, so no worries if you don't have that. Okay, so as always, make sure it's safe for you to exercise, that you feel well, that you're not injured, you have enough space, you've got comfortable clothes, and hopefully a non-slip mat or non-slip floor. Or if you're wearing the yoga Pilates socks with the rubber grip, then that's pretty good too. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little wave. Absolutely brilliant. So lovely to see you all. Okay, now here we go. So, I'm going to stand in the centre of the mat and really get a sense of gravity, grounding down through the feet, okay? So pressing down through your heels and the balls of your feet. Just lift up the toes, stretch them out, and then stick them down to the mat. And set your feet slightly apart. Good. Okay, roll your shoulders back and down and take your shoulders above your hips. Really lengthen the back. Let's open the hands, so we're releasing any tension and letting the energy go. Okay, we're going to connect to the core now, so squeezing through the pelvic floor muscles and pulling the belly towards the back of the spine whilst not holding the breath. That's not easy, okay? We do have to keep reminding ourselves to let the breath go. So we're going to take some lovely deep breaths in, raise the arms up and float them back down, making some big circles. Are you ready? Breathing up, over the top, exhale down. Breathing up, exhale down, there we go. Take this entirely at your own speed. There is no hurry. Learn to go with your own body rhythm with this. Don't ever feel like you have to keep up with me, with my speed, or if you're in group, with anybody else in the group. Learn to be in tune with your own body and move in a comfortable rhythm for you. Trying to work with the breath as much as possible without complicating things. It should feel pretty natural. So these breaths are really good for energizing ourselves, to encourage us to use the abdominal muscles and the diaphragm, to inhale, exhale, to really take full advantage of the lung capacity rather than just breathing shallow to the top of the chest. So a few more of these. Yeah, one more time. And release. Okay, a little stretch through the arms. Okay, so the left palm's going to face behind you. Okay, and the right arm is going to lift. Got that? Shoulders back and down. So your arms have now become paddles. Here we go, swap. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to feel a bit of a stretch across the chest, but again we're getting a sense of expansion through your rib cage. So again, incorporate the breath. And as you warm into this, you can stretch a little higher, a little lower, press a little bit behind you. You got it. Again, it should feel really natural. Arms are floating through the air. Just pay attention to the core, squeezing through the lavender, drawing the belly in tight. Okay, we're going to leave the arms above the head. Turn the palms to face each other, relax through the shoulders. Fantastic. A little stretch to the right. Imagine you're holding a big ball here. A little stretch to the right. And centre. A little stretch to the left. So you're not leaning forwards, you're not leaning back. You're sliding as if you're between two panes of glass. And you're sliding through the middle of them all. Okay? We're not going to stretch too far because we're still just warming up, just limbering up. So feel this stretch through the waist, just below your ribs. Shoulders relaxed, easy breathing. Just try it one more time. Perfect. Hold it in the center there. Still imagine you're holding this deep core. Either hold still and lengthen the spine, or if you're okay and comfortable with the back bend, you could just reach slightly back. Okay, tighten up through the glutes, relax the jaw. Try not to let the bottom stick back. Tip it slightly under and come upright. Perfect. Ooh, bring the arms in front of you, still holding your ball. Retract your shoulders, that means squeeze your shoulder blades together. Perfect. Palms up, leading with the thumbs. Open the door with the right arm and close and left. Good. Open the door and close the door. Nice one. Okay, if your neck is comfortable, you could turn and follow your hand with your gaze. So your eyes are on your thumb. And gradually reaching a little bit further. Check out what's happening to your hips. Okay, hips are always facing forwards, so try not to twist the lower back. Perfect. And two more. You got it. Last one. Relax. Palms face each other, just have a little swing down and swing up. Nice and easy. Nice, easy flow. Okay, so we're going to just try a little bit of balance. So in preparation for a little bit of balance, fix your eyes on a spot, interesting, something that isn't moving, yeah? So stare at something maybe in front of you on the floor or directly in line of vision. Okay, so we are going to be really solid through our feet. Sucker your toes down to the mat and the balls of your feet, and as your arms float up, your heels will just float up a little tiny bit as well, and back down. So always start with a tiny movement, so we don't shock our body, and if we do feel a bit wobbly, we can regain our balance very quickly. Okay, so if you're feeling happy with your balance tonight, you can lift a little bit higher with the arms and the heels, keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the core strong, mula bandhas nice and tight, belly's pulled back towards the spine. Good. 4, fantastic. 3, yes, and 2. Should we hold this one? You can hold here or you can hold here. Breathe. And 2. And 1. Relax down. Perfect. Just roll back through the shoulders. Ease it off. And forwards. Well done. Absolutely perfect. Lovely work. Okay, so still trying to balance. If you feel a bit wobbly tonight, find something you can hold on to, maybe a chair or the wall. Yeah, might help you if you feel that you need a little bit of help with your stability tonight. Good. Okay, so we're going to take our weight onto the right leg, grounding down to the heel and the balls of your feet. And we're going to be kind of loose with the hips, just for a minute. Got that? Good. Okay, so what we're going to do is just lift this knee up so the knee's in line with the hips. So we're taking our balance and our weight over to the one side. Roll the shoulders back and down, staring at that spot that's going to help you balance. Deep breath in, let it go. Lift up and down. Good. Lift up and down. If you're finding that tricky, you can make the movement a whole lot smaller and just build it up. Okay, one more time, and we're going to lift to the side with a straight leg. Are you ready? Hand on your hip and side. And side. Whoa, that's harder. And side. And side. Hold still. Let's put that together. One knee up, one side leg raise. Are you with me? Breathe in, breathe away. Are you ready? Let's go up and out. And up. You're doing really well. And out. 2 more. And up. And out. Fantastic. Last time. Up. And out. Well Well done. Just a little pedal through the feet just to release your standing leg. So this leg is getting really strong, strengthening around your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your core is fired up, switched on. You got this. Okay, hold still. Anchor down with the opposite leg now. Spread out your toes, pressing down through the ball of your foot, through your heel. Taking your weight over one side, drawing the belly muscles in. Maybe holding something if you need it. For those of you that have rollers, if you have the long roller, that's quite a handy tool just for balancing. Otherwise, a chair works just as well. Okay, so Dristi, breath, shoulders relaxed, zipping up through the core. Little knee raise, are you ready? Up and down. Okay, build it gradually. So testing your balance, each side is different. Breathe. Got it. Breathe. Got it. And breathe. One more time. And stop. Side leg raise. Take one hand just here on your waist, on your hip. Okay, so we're going to do opposite limbs because that balances you out really well. Are you ready? Deep breath in, let it go. And raise and in. And raise and in. Good. And raise and in. One more. Perfect. Pedal away. Should we put that together? One up, one out. Let's try it. You got this. Okay. Standing really strong on that opposite leg. Let it go. Up and out. Ooh. Up and out. Two more. Up and out. One more. Up and out. Well done. Okay, little pedal. Okay, just remember, you can do a few more if you want to at home. You can repeat that twice, okay? It's entirely up to you. That's 30-minute express workout tonight, so I'm just showing you a small section of each. Good. Okay, so we're going to go down onto the floor now and just loosen the back. We haven't stretched the back yet, so we're going to do cat and cow before we progress into the Matwork series. Okay, so down we go. Onto our hands and knees. Equal distance between hands and knees. Okay, your hands are going to anchor down to the mat in the same way that your feet did. So your palm is underneath your shoulders. Okay, so remember, if your hands are outstretched, you're not going to feel as stable. Solid underneath you, supportive. You got that, okay? So anchor down the heels of your hands and stick your fingertips to the mat like little circle pads. Okay, relax the toes, lengthen the neck, lengthen the back, lengthen the tailbone. Okay, we're going to stretch our back upwards like a cat. So breathe in, breathe away, tuck the tailbone under and stretch, chin to chest, look to the knees. And release back into neutral. We don't have flat backs, we have neutral spines. That's our best posture, neutral spine, okay? So we're going to have the natural curves, but we're going to hold strong and still. And we're going to reverse that now into cow, lifting tailbone and gently lifting the chin. Exhale and lift. And neutral. Okay. And cat, tuck. So now you know this. You can work through this at your own pace. Please don't rush. Take time to take your attention to each section of your spine so you become aware which bits need a little bit more mobility. Have you stiffened up anywhere? What's happened to your shoulders? Have they crept up to your ears? If so, set them back again. One more time. Cat, neutral, cow. And neutral. Okay, from here we're going to work into Superman, okay, and we are going to stretch out. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly tonight, you can keep your index finger on the floor outstretched and your big toe on the floor. You don't have to elevate in this position if you're finding it a bit challenging tonight. So do remember that there are always options to modify each exercise, so choose what's good for you tonight. Okay, deep breath in, exhale, engage through the core, sliding the right fingers and left toes along the mat. Make sure you feel stable, and then floating up. Remember the trick, you should imagine someone could put a tray of glasses on your back and they would not fall off. Stuff them. Touch down, slide back in. Repeat that on the other side. Are you ready? Deep breath in. Engage the core. Let the breath go. Sliding out, floating up, holding still, touching down, slide back in, press back into heart opening, sliding the hands forwards, pushing back with the hips, hovering over the heels. So at any point whilst we are on the hands and knees position, you could push back into heart opening. If you need a little bit of break, a little bit of stretch, please do that when you need to. Okay, so now we're going to work through Superman. Okay, and we're going to add on if you want to. If you don't want to, hold for 3 breaths and then come down and change. Okay, so Superman, 3 breaths, hold and change, or you can add on the challenge, which I'm going to show you now. Are you ready for this? Deep breath in, zip up through the core, sliding out, floating up, turn the thumb to the sky. Got that? Okay, bend the back knee and then flex the back foot. So pulling your toes towards your shin. Have you got that? Okay, and now your knee 3 times is going to touch your heel of the foot on the floor. Are you ready? 3. Okay, if you're wobbling, fingertip down. 2. Breathe. 1. Back up, stretch out, touch down, slide back in. Whoa, push back. How is that? Well done. Let's repeat the other side. Are you ready? Back up into table. Reset your shoulders back and down. Zip up through the core. Breathe in, breathe away. Sliding the opposite fingers and toes away from you. Floating up. Try not to lift the back heel too high because it will make your hips twist. So keep the back leg slightly lower to keep the hips level. Thumb to sky. Flex the back foot. Bend the back knee. Are you ready to touch down? Let's go. 3. 2. 1. Extend, touch, slide in, push back. Well done. Really good, really good. Did amazing. Okay, so from there we are now going to bring ourselves to side lying. Okay, so we're going to turn ourselves onto the side. Remember, you can repeat these exercises a few more times at your leisure at home. Okay, but I'm going to move on through this Matwork series to show you something different, and we're going to lay down on our side using the edge of the mat as our ruler, so we can line up our toes with our knees, with our hips, our shoulders and our arm. So see how I'm pushed up here to talk to you? That would be a bad posture for exercising, okay, because the neck is twisted. So when we're exercising, we would lie our arm down on our arm, or you could bend your elbow, make your elbow into a little pillow and rest down, or you could roll up a very small towel or your sweatshirt and put it underneath you if you need a bit of support for your head there. Okay, so think about how you want to do that. Right, and what we're going to do is try and stack one hip on top of the other, one shoulder on top of the other. And when I say stack, I mean like bricks, okay? So we're not rolling forwards. Just take your index finger just for a moment, pop it in front of you for support. If that's not enough, you can do a cage. Okay, so we're going to just work through the top leg and try and engage the muscles here, the oblique muscles of the waist. If you feel you have got a bit of a wobble through your hips, what you could do is bend the bottom leg, and that will help to support you in this position. Okay, so if you feel you need some support, bend the bottom leg. Okay, so I'll show you this sequence first of all, the bent leg. So what we're trying to do is leave the heel in line with the knee, in line with the hip. Okay, this is the range of movement, here to here. It's very small. What we're trying to avoid is a big leg kick, okay? Because then we're going to start using all the thigh muscles. We want to really make this core, engage the muscles here primarily. Okay, so are you ready to work with me? Yeah? Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Deep breath in. Just let it go, zip up through the core, and we're just going to go leg lift and down. Notice how small this is. And as always, we start off small and then build it up. Okay, so start off with a tiny one just to test your balance. Make sure you're recruiting the right muscles, that you feel comfortable. If you're not comfortable, make some adjustments and start again. Okay, it's better to do that than to feel awkward and feel like you're straining. That would be really wrong. Okay, so listen to your body. It's very good at telling you what's right and wrong. We just have to take notice. Okay, let's go 4. Let's go 3. Let's go 2. Let's go 1. Now let's hold. Think of your hip socket, okay? Think of your hip socket and just draw some circles with your toes about the size of saucers. But although your toes are drawing the circles, the movement is coming from within the hip joint. It's almost like you're oiling up your hip joint, and slow it down and reverse. Let's do 4 and 3. There was no wobble. And 2, doing really well. And 1, perfect. Bring the knees together and up in front of you. So knees in line with hip. And your legs making a lovely L shape. Okay, a little bit of a stretch through the shoulder to release before we do the other side. So the hand is in front of you, and all we're going to do is just reach up and over like we're drawing a big rainbow through the air. Okay, and then loop over your head. Come back to your belly. Breathe away. And loop over your head and back to your belly. Maybe you'll reach all the way over and touch the floor behind you, but only if it feels comfortable and natural for you. Don't strain whatever you do. Let's try that one more time. And back. You got it. Hands in front of you. Press up. Come to seated. We're not going to repeat on the other side. I won't forget. Sometimes I do. Okay, just come to seated, hands on your knees, rising up tall from the hips. Let's just roll back through the shoulders. Have a quick reset. Good. And forwards. Perfect. And take yourself down onto the other side. Stretch yourself out long, lining yourself up on the edge of the mat here. Okay, I'm pushed up on my elbow just for the sake of talking to you clearly. But when we're exercising, we're going to lie down together. Okay, so toes and knees and hips and shoulders in line. Use the edge of the mat as your ruler. Decide if you want to make your legs L shaped so that you have that support underneath your body, or whether you're happy to have both legs extended. For an extra challenge, what you could do is allow your feet to float away from the floor, just a touch. Okay, that would make it a little bit harder. Okay. So we're going to do those very small leg raises. I'm going to relax my neck. Think about whether you want some support, the cage, the finger, or maybe you don't need any. Okay, breathe in, breathe away, zipping up through the core, and just lift and lower. I'd like you to imagine this movement coming from around here, primarily from your waist. So really start to use your belly muscles to move your leg. Okay, that is the difference between doing a leg raise and a Pilates leg lift. Okay, this is coming from the core, deep from within. Okay, 4, good, 3, and 2, easy breathing, and 1, hold with the foot in line with your hip, rotate your hip joint forwards. So you're drawing circles the size of saucers with your toes. Absolutely brilliant. And slow it down and reverse. So really working through the hip joint. The rest of your leg is completely relaxed. And stop. Bring your knees together. Bring your knees in front of you, making your legs a lovely L shape. Time to stretch through the shoulders, expand the lungs once again. Hands in front of you. Exhale and draw a big arc, a big rainbow over your body, and loop over the head. Maybe each time, if you feel a little bit looser, you can reach back a bit further. Breathe away. And back. More. Feels good. Last time. And round. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, use your hands to once again press yourself to a seated position. Excellent. Bring the feet together. Okay, we're just going to finish off loosening the hips by bringing the bottom towards the heels to begin with, rising up from the hips, rolling the shoulders back and down, and then just a few little flutters through the knees. So imagine your knees are like the wings of a butterfly. Just have a little flutter and stop. Press and rise up a little bit higher through your spine. Absolutely brilliant. So good. Well done. Whoa. And release. Take 2 fingers, pop them behind your knees, pop your knees together. Okay, this is the point where we're going to have a stretch through the back of the legs. So if you have got a belt or a strap with you tonight, take it. You can do these exercises without, so please don't worry if you don't have one. Okay, so I'm going to lie back down and do a deep stretch for the hamstring and for the glutes. Okay, so if I go on side, so you can see what I'm doing here. On the sitting bones, shoulders over hips, hands behind you. Carefully lower yourself to the floor. Imprint the shoulders into the mat. Relax the jaw and the neck. And just bring the right leg into the chest and give the leg a hug. So releases the glutes, releases the lower back, relaxes the hip flexors. Okay, so we're going to either leave our hands behind the leg here for the hamstring stretch, or if you have your strap, you can now loop it over your foot. Okay, good. If you have a strap with a D-ring, you could make a stirrup, okay, like that. So if you have that option and you like that, then do it. It does make it a little bit more stable. Okay, so we're just going to relax the foot for a minute, and we're going to relax the whole leg. Okay, so we want to build up resistance into our stretch. Let's really think about Mula Bandha meeting belly. Think about letting the breath go. And as you exhale, you're going to ease this leg towards you without your bottom coming off the floor. It's going to ease towards. So you're either using your strap or you're using your hands to bring on the stretch. And you're really thinking about your hamstring here, because when you feel that lovely point of stretch, you then hold. You don't keep pushing into your stretch until it becomes a strain. The stretch should feel good. It should feel pleasant, okay? It should feel like it's really working for you. Your muscles are lengthening and realigning, okay? So enjoy. So just these nice deep belly breaths whilst you stretch your hamstrings. So your neck is relaxed, your head is on the floor, breathing really low. One more time. Perfect. Okay, and release. Bring the knee in. Gonna release the stretch strap. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And let's do the other leg. Are you ready? So if you're gonna use the foot strap, pop it in. Or maybe you're going to not have your strap doubled up. Maybe you'll have one in each hand, and I tend to roll it around my fingers so it doesn't slip out of my hand whilst I'm stretching. Okay, so engage through the core, let the breath go, relax through your foot and leg. Okay, it's nice and easy. Breathe in, breathe away. Start to ease that leg towards you. How does that feel? Okay. Maybe if your back feels really comfy, you could slide the lower leg down and make your legs into an L shape. So you have one leg up and one leg down, but only if your back is comfortable with it. Your back shouldn't feel like it's straining or peeling away from the mat in any way. Okay, so how are we doing? Do we feel the point of stretch? If it's way too easy, take a deep breath in, let it go, and have a tiny bit more of stretch. No strain, okay? A sign that you've overstretched or you've moved into it too quickly is when the muscles go twitchy and really tense. And if that happens, release the stretch, maybe massage that muscle a little bit with your hands with your knuckles, and then reapply when it's a bit warmer and a bit more ready. Breathe in, breathe away, and release. Good. Let's bring the knees into the chest once again. Take the hands on the back, give your legs a bit of a hug. Perfect. You got it. Let go of the strap. Take the hands to the top of the knees and just roll your knees round in little circles. This is a lovely massaging effect for the lower back against the floor. So take that where you want it to go, and don't forget to reverse. Brilliant. And stop with the knees in the middle. Drop the feet down one at a time. I'm going to put the knees and ankles together, balancing the tiptoes, and just have a gentle twist to stretch the lower back. Hands on the floor beside you, palms down, shoulders pressed into the mat. Breathe in, breathe away, carefully lowering the knees down to one side. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't let them just go pop. Just melt down into the floor. Okay, allow this just to happen by the effects of gravity and not pressing or pushing into this at all. We're just letting the back ease off any tension that might be there. Okay, back to the centre. Use your belly muscles to bring the knees to the centre. Pivoting on your tiptoes. Exhale, gently lowering down to the other side. A little bit of a stretch. Perfect. So just allow gravity to develop the stretch for you. Just kind of sinking down to the floor here. Perfect. And then use your belly muscles to bring your knees back to the centre. Let's just slide out the right leg, slide out the left leg, taking the arms over the head, right and left, full body stretch. Okay, at this point you can allow your back to arch away from the floor. It's quite safe, we're in stretch mode, okay? So we're just opening out our bodies. Really lengthening through the arms, down your belly, down the legs, out through the toes. Breathe. And release. Hands beside you, drawing up the knees. Roll onto your side. Press yourself to seated position. Wonderful. Okay, done really, really well here. We're just going to have a little bit of a stretch through the glutes as promised. Okay, so rise up from your hips, lift up the right leg, cross it over the left, and just give your leg a little bit of a hug towards you. The knee is heading towards the shoulder. Okay, so you should hopefully feel a bit of a stretch coming on through here. Have you got that? I think most of us will have got that. Okay, so you've got this leg here that you're stretching, you're holding with the opposite hand. The same leg, the same arm as the leg that's bent. Put it beside you, press yourself up a little bit taller. And if your neck is comfortable, look to the side. So you're counter stretching, you're having a twist, you're having a glute stretch. So you don't have to add that additional stretch on if it's uncomfortable for you. You can stick with hugging your knee towards you and getting that lovely glute stretch. It's going to work whichever way you do it. Head forwards, release your arms and cross the legs. Good. Let's try that on the other side. We'll do a little comparison. Was one side much more stiff than the other? That is usually the case. So lift your heel towards your body and then cross over. Okay. And then you're going to take the opposite hand to hug this knee towards the shoulder. So try not to pull on the knee itself, just hug round. You got that? Squeeze it in, gently does it. Think about how that feels through here. Okay, the same arm as the bent leg is going to just anchor down beside you so that you can lengthen your back a little bit more. There's always room to grow, even if it's just a millimetre higher. Relax through the shoulders, and if your neck is comfortable, turn and look to the side. And counter stretch, so we're stretching this way and this shoulder stretching that way. Okay, so you get that sense of opening on the chest. Let the breath go. so good. Looking forwards, releasing your arms, uncrossing your legs, just give them a little relaxing shake. Perfect. And roll the shoulders back and down. Okay, you've done really well tonight. You can build on this, okay? You can repeat a few more sets, so working in reps of 6 to 8 and doing 2 or 3 sets, building up if that's comfortable for you, okay? And hopefully you will practice 3 times a week ideally if you'd like to make progress, okay? But any Pilates is better than no Pilates. Getting that core awareness is key. So final stretch, sliding down the legs, take the hands to the top of the thighs, breathe in, breathe away, hinging from your hips, okay, just folding forward, not straining with the shoulders, elbows are down. Try that once more, breathe in, breathe away, and folding forwards a little bit more, and breathe in, breathe away, lift the arms up and above the head, and let it go. Bring the hands together at the heart center, pressing the palms together, fingertips